Welcome guys. In this video we are going to look at science paper 2 for the 2023 for the internals. Now for those that may be interested in online tuitions, please feel free to comment in the comment section below. Please guys, I don't know what you guys are waiting for. You need to start learning as soon as possible. So now let's have a look at our first question. The following list shows the names of some metals in the reactivity series. So we are given iron, potassium, magnesium, zinc, and copper. So if we define reactivity series, it's just an ordered list of metals that shows which metal is more or less reactive than the next, right? So question A states in each case which one of these metals is most likely to occur and combined in the Earth's crust. So if we look at copper is in a combination, because if you look at copper, the ore is known as chalcopyrite. Then zinc is zinc sulfide. If you look at magnesium, we have magnetite, something like this. Then if you look at iron, we have hematite. So the answer that we can go with here is potassium. Then for remember 2, react slowly with steam to produce hydrogen gas. So the metal that can do this is magnesium. Remember 3, react vigorously with cold water is potassium, because potassium at this list is the most reactive one. Right, we move on to question B. Aluminium will react with zinc chloride on heating but not with magnesium chloride. Write the names of the metals starting with the most reactive at the top and the least reactive at the bottom to include aluminium. So the most reactive, according to the activity series, we have potassium, with symbol K, followed by sodium, lithium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, after aluminium we'll have zinc, iron, tin, lead. Now let's look at the least reactive. So the least reactive, we have gold, silver, mercury. So these are the ones that we can consider to be the least reactive. Now we move on to question C. Magnesium reacts with dilute nitric acid to form magnesium nitrate and hydrogen gas. What is the effect of increasing the concentration of hydrochloric acid on the rate of a chemical reaction? Explain your answer. So if you increase the concentration, you increase the rate of chemical reaction. So effect, the rate of chemical reaction would increase. The reason why we are saying that is that if, for example, we have two beakers, then in each beaker we have different concentration such that one has a greater concentration than the other. So consider beaker B with higher concentration than in A has lower concentration. So it's much easier for particles in B to collide compared with the particles in A, because in B the particles are close together and it's easy for them to collide, because if you look at the reaction, it's about the colliding of atoms of different elements. So that's the explanation that you should give. Or we are saying that whenever we increase the concentration, we are increasing the collision effect of the particles. So say the increase in concentration results in concentration results in the increase in the collision effect. We move on to question 7. So question 7a, alkenes are said to be unsaturated hydrocarbons. Roman number 1, explain the meaning of the term unsaturated hydrocarbon. So number 1, hydrocarbon is just the compound made of carbon and hydrogen according to organic definition. Now what of unsaturated? So unsaturated, we are looking at a compound or hydrocarbons that has a double bond or at least a triple. So it should be double or double, that's unsaturated. Then for the ones with a single bond, they are saturated. Then the saturations in the case of organic chemistry is about how reactive a compound is. So the one with unsaturated nature are more reactive than saturated because they have single bonds, they are like stable. So say unsaturated hydrocarbons are those compound with at least one double or triple bond. So for example, if I have CC, this is unsaturated. If I have a triple, this is unsaturated. We move on to Roman number 2. Distinguish between ethene ending with ENA and ANA. So the difference is this one has a double bond. Then for this one, we are expected to have a single bond. Or if you want, we can just use the word ethene is unsaturated while ethane is saturated. So if you want, we can give it such a way the answer is still correct. So I'm going to say ethene has a double bond. Wow, ethane has only single bonds. Right, we go to question B. So polyvinyl chloride, which is PVC, is a polymer whose monomer is vinyl chloride or chloroethene. Remember, draw a diagram to show parts of polyvinyl chloride polymer containing 3 vinyl chloride monomers. So the formula is like this. We'll have monomer plus another monomer plus another monomer, since we are told to use 3. Then we are expected to get a polymer. Now, under this type of polymerization, we don't have to include water, since it's an addition polymerization. We only include water if we are dealing with condensation polymerization. So the monomer, we have the monomer vinyl chloride. So vinyl chloride plus another vinyl chloride plus another vinyl chloride. The polymer, you write the word poly, then you take one of the monomer. So the name now becomes polyvinyl chloride. So that's what you're supposed to do in a case where you are struggling with naming. Now for structure, I'm just going to take this. Now instead of writing like this, plus another one plus another one, I can just write 1, then enclose this one in parentheses, and I put n here. Now this n denotes the number of monomers that I'm going to use in our case. I can just put a 3 here. So whenever you see something like this, you need to picture it like this. It simply means that you are using 3 of the same monomers. So I'm going to write so this is our structure. So as you can see, we are like following the same pattern or the arrangement of atoms in the monomer. So this represents the monomer that we've used even here, but you're not supposed to circle or to put in parentheses. I'm just doing this to give you the clear picture of what is happening here. So you need to make sure that the polymer that you've drawn must match to the number of monomers that you've used. If we have used 4, we would have added another 4th one. But in our case, this is our final answer for this polymer, since we are told to use only 3 monomers. Then there are 2 bonds that remains open here. You just put ... even here ... So that's the structure. Then for more of these organic questions, you can just search. I have a topic, I've made a topic, a video on the organic chemistry where I've simplified a lot of stuff. Right, we move on to question number 2, which is our last one. Give one reason why polyvinyl chloride is used as an electrical insulator. So say because it is a bad conductor. A bad conductor of electricity. So for insulation, they can't use something that can conduct electricity because we may have a situation of electroshocks. Then the other thing, if let's say electrical cables, the one that must be insulated by this polyvinyl chloride had to be buried under the ground. The other thing, or the advantage of using a polyvinyl chloride is that it's non-biodegradable. So even if it's underground, it cannot decay. So the copper wires or whatever wire that are inside the insulators are still safe. So let's hope you've gotten one or two. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.